He was rejected by every branch of the military for being too small, too young, too weak. Then he went on to become the most decorated American soldier in all of World War II. This is the story of Audie Murphy, and it's one of the most remarkable things that has ever happened in the history of warfare. Audie Leon Murphy was born on June 20th, 1925, in a two-room farmhouse in Hunt County, Texas. He was the seventh of 12 children. His father was a sharecropper who abandoned the family when Audie was still a child. His mother worked herself to death, literally. She died of exhaustion when he was just 16 years old. After her death, Audie watched his siblings get scattered to orphanages. He swore he would never be poor again. He swore he would do something, anything. So when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941, Audie Murphy saw his way out. He went to enlist. The Marines took one look at him and turned him away. He was 17, 5'5", and weighed 112 pounds soaking wet. The Army turned him down too. The Army Air Corps told him to come back when he was older. Finally, the Army accepted him, reluctantly, in 1942. What happened next should not have been possible. Murphy was sent to North Africa, then Sicily, then mainland Italy. He fought his way through France and into Germany. He was wounded 3 times. He contracted malaria. He kept fighting anyway. On January 26, 1945, near the town of Holtzwihr in Alsace, France, Murphy's company was outnumbered and being overrun by 200 German infantry supported by 6 tanks. His men were retreating. The situation was hopeless. Murphy ordered his men to fall back into the woods. He stayed alone. He climbed on top of a burning tank destroyer, a vehicle that could have exploded at any moment, and manned its 50 caliber machine gun, alone, against 200 enemy soldiers. He was on the radio at the same time, calling in artillery strikes, directing them closer and closer to his own position. At one point, the officer on the other end of the radio asked where the enemy was. Murphy said, quote, "Hold the phone and I'll let you talk to one of the bastards." He held that position for an hour. He killed or wounded approximately 50 German soldiers. When the tank destroyer was finally hit and began to burn, he climbed off, wounded in the leg, walked back to his men, and then led them in a counterattack. He was 19 years old. For that action alone, Audie Murphy received the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration in the United States. By the end of the war, he had received 33 medals in total, every major American award for valor, 5 from France, 1 from Belgium. His military decorations are so extensive that when he wore his dress uniform, his chest was literally covered from shoulder to shoulder. He came home a hero. Life magazine put him on the cover. Hollywood called. He became a movie star, appearing in 44 films over 2 decades. He even played himself in the 1955 film To Hell and Back, based on his own autobiography, which became Universal Pictures' highest-grossing film for over a decade, until Jaws. But the war never left him. Murphy suffered from severe PTSD, what they called battle fatigue back then. He slept with a loaded pistol under his pillow. He struggled with addiction to prescription sleeping pills. He lost everything gambling. He was broke more than once despite his fame. He spent the rest of his life advocating for veterans' mental health, before anyone called it that. He spoke openly about his suffering at a time when soldiers were expected to just move on. Audie Murphy died on May 28, 1971. He was 45 years old. His private plane crashed into a fog-covered mountain in Virginia. He had no life insurance. He was buried with full military honors at Arlington National Cemetery. His grave is one of the most visited in the cemetery, second only to John F. Kennedy, the boy who was rejected by every branch of the military. The boy who was too small, too poor, too nothing. He became the most decorated American combat soldier in history. He changed what it meant to be a hero. And then he quietly